1017XZY, it's Kane High School basketball. Our broadcast is made possible in part through the financial support of Zook Motors, Kane Lumber and Fuel, True Value Hardware, W.E. Swanson Insurance Agency, Field Street Boots, Allegheny Eye Care, Highlander Energy, Rich Gas, Lindbergh Furniture, and Dine Excavating. Now, let's go live courtside for the game on the official station of Wolfpack Nation, 1017XZY.
Well, we made it to the final game here in Kane, and it's a raucous arena. Home of the Wolves Den here. Chris Barber bringing you a call along with Braden Bynum. Braden, nice to be back on the season finale here with you.
Yep, it's awesome to be back. We had the home opener against Smethport together, and now we're back doing it. And what a better night to do it, Chris. I mean, you look at this game tonight, and as is tradition, the final home game of the year against the Cranberry Berries for the boys team. And then for the girls team, they are 8-8 tonight. They're going on the road to play Smethport, they're 4-17. So hopefully Kane can end up getting that W, get into the postseason. But we're here to talk about some boys varsity basketball tonight, Chris, and it should be a good, fun game as it always is.
It is. One just tuning in maybe for the second time all season could call us the bookends on the season. We saw him come out, get that win against Smethport to open the season, look to send off the season with another win tonight. Cranberry team comes in 12-9 on the season. They're looking to get to 13 wins, play down in the KSAC, southern part of District 9, and play a pretty good schedule. Watching them warm up here, not a great bit of length. Their big guy, number 51, Brady Engels, was not registered as a starter. I'm not sure if he comes off the bench, if he's playing with an injury, but he certainly has a presence around the hoop. Not only is he tall, he's a large-bodied individual and can move well, watching him go through warm-ups. So anxious to see what the Wolves will do to that. Expect to see a big game from Connor Brown tonight. I imagine when Engels comes in, Brown will match up with him. And for the Wolves, really struggling of late at the guard play. Just can't really seem to find rhythm on shots, and hoping tonight that they're able to solve those problems one last time here in the Wolves Den.
Right, Chris, and if you're talking about ways to kill a season, it really seems like that holiday tournament loss that they suffered at the hands of Sheffield is what did them in, because after that, they proceed to lose to just a lot of games in a row, a lot of very winnable games that they've ultimately found ways to lose. They went on a streak. Ridgeway loss, Bradford loss, ECC loss, DCC loss, Port Allegheny loss, finally a win at Sheffield, followed up by a Coudersport loss. And that right there is how you start 6-4, and you find yourself ending up 8-13 going into your last game this season. Not to mention, unfortunately, a 3-7 record at home for the Wolves.
Yeah, they had the tough loss down there in Sheffield, but then coming out of that tournament, they went through, I think, that Bradford game. They played with only 2 of their 5 starters. 1 was down to injury, 2 were down to illness. So it's playing a JV schedule, and there's a reason that they're JV and varsity. There is a difference in age and talent level, and it's not a knock on the JV players. So we got about 2.5 minutes till game time. What we're going to do, we'll send it back to the station, get a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back for tonight's contest.
Basketball on 1017XZY, supported by our friends of the Wolfpack and businesses like these. Allegheny Eye Care, providing eye exams and additional coverage for eye and health situations in both of their Kane and Smethport locations. For more information, their phone number is 814-837-7880. Field Street Boots in Kane, a dealer for Carhartt and Timberline clothing, as well as winter footwear and sporting goods. They're on Facebook under Field Street Boots. Highlander Energy, an industrial contractor specializing in the power, petrochemical, natural gas processing, pulp and paper industries. HighlanderEnergy.com. Kane Lumber and Fuel, True Value Hardware. Building supplies, lighting, winter snow and ice removal products at their location on Hemlock Avenue in Kane. Rich Gas of Kane, providing propane gas services, including delivery and installation with automatic refills. Online at richgasinc.com. W.E. Swanson Insurance Agency, offering auto, homeowners, and business insurance at 23 Fraley Street in Kane. WESwansonAgency.com. Zook Motors, with new and pre-owned vehicles and a service and parts department. They're online at zookmotors.net. Lindbergh Furniture, Route 219 north of Johnsonburg, and now Lindbergh Sleep Center at 410 Center Street in downtown Johnsonburg. They're a local dealer for brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Ashley. More info at lindberghfurniture.biz. Dine Excavating. Their services include gravel and limestone, topsoil, and septic tanks. Located on Route 6 west of Kane, their phone number is 814-837-6990. We thank these sponsors and friends like you for supporting Kane Wolves basketball coverage on 1017 XZY.
WXCY.
All right, we're back here courtside and just got word that the Wolves will start with starting the game with a technical. Apparently one of the players dunked the ball pregame, and that is a weird PIAA rule. But as is customary in Kane, everybody's standing with their hands on their hearts ready for the national anthem before really much is going on, Braden. So what we're going to do is we'll go live courtside, listen in to the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Wolves Den. We just wanted to let everybody know that the Drumline is also here tonight. So shout out to them. They always bring great energy, and they just do a heck of a job. So thank you so much to Mr. Henry Sobieski and everybody on the Drumline for adding to this already incredible environment at the Wolves Den. To talk a little bit more about the technical that was called, it seemed as though one of the Wolves players was teched and criticized for trying to dunk a basketball, and kind of like Chris said, ultimately, I mean, that's a basketball move. I don't necessarily know why you get called a tech for
it's an
trying to dunk.
intimidation factor. It's one of those PIAA rules, Braden, that much like the shot clock not existing, just doesn't make sense. Talking to the officials, though, apparently he did grasp the rim, and there's a difference from grasping it to touching it. I was asking because I got called for a technical. My only technical in my career was for a pregame touching of the rim. I didn't know that was, I knew you couldn't dunk it, and I can't dunk, never have been able to. So just getting clarification there from the official. He was not as cheery as I was hoping he would be on the explanation, trying to crack a joke there. He was not getting it. Hopefully he has a better night than what we started with. But for Linus Ford, the Cranberry Berries, right, the Berries?
Yep,
the Cranberry Berries. Starting for them will be Cole Finley, Landon Baker, Connor Morrow, Ethan Merriman, and Blake Marchinke. Spelled Marchinke, pronounced Marshinki. So I actually wrote it so I wouldn't screw it up, and now I'm probably going to screw it up, Braden.
Well, that's one of the things we have to do as commentators. We got to strategize how to pronounce people's names that we don't know. I mean, we're getting these rosters pretty quickly to game time, but you know what? We make the most out of it. We make it work, Chris, and hopefully the Wolves are able to make it work too tonight. Interesting.
Looking at the so there's not going to be a tip. If you're watching along at home, there's not going to be a tip. What will happen is Cranberry will get to designate their best free throw shooter. He'll step to the line. to shoot a pair of free throws, and then they'll start with the ball. Possession arrow will go to the Wolves automatically. So worst case scenario, Wolves are going to be down 5 points. Best case scenario, they get a steal. No free throws, they get a steal. Another one of those, like, yeah, it's a rule, needs to be followed, but also, they're kids.
Yeah, you can question why that's a rule, that's for sure. We won't make an official comment on it, though. At least I won't. But either way, Cranberry's going to get a great opportunity to start off this game with some points spotted to them. But
so Merriman steps to the line. Barry's the first.
We don't
Probably the first time in his career he's shot before the game started. And Barry's the second. Give Merriman 2 to start here. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Now the ball will be inbounds right in front of us.
Yep, definitely a rarity to see 2 points on the board before the game is technically
Getting
even
the
started.
officials all lined up here. We've got an issue with the book.
We just want to play some basketball, Chris, but you know what? As long as we get this all sorted out, ultimately, it'll be all right. But Cranberry, like we were saying, they just seems like, I mean, if you want a way to start a basketball game, it's great to start it up already with the lead and winning. I mean, you can't get any better than that. So Cranberry obviously going to try to build off of that. Kane already facing some adversity to start the game, which honestly, even though I'm sure Coach Dar hates the technical, I think part of him can at least appreciate that his team is already having that moment of adversity before the game begins, Chris.
Yeah, just watching here, looks like Brown was set to start but wasn't in the book as a starter, as a registered starter, so it'll be Zook that was a registered starter. I don't know if the wrong circle was colored in or not. Another one of those weird basketball things. Got to set your lineup. Brown will look to check in, though. Wolves in a zone offense. That's going to be Merriman with the 3-ball. Nice shot by Merriman. He's got first 5 of the game. And that's the worst case scenario.
Yep, I was just going to say, Chris, that was the worst case scenario we talked about. But Kane finally has the ball. Chance to score.
Goes into Wilson. Wilson getting his first start of the season, I believe. Ball low. Wenzel up hard and in. Good for Brock Wenzel. Give him 2.
Right there, yep. Have to respond in that situation. Find a way to make that 5-point lead increase no more. You got to find a way to get some points on the board at this point just to show that you're not playing around, getting technicals and errors in the books. You're actually here to play some basketball.
And now Brown will check in. Zook stays on. It was Wilson that may have been getting the start through a clerical error, but no big deal. Everybody comes off laughing. Wolves only down 3. Nothing really hurt here. Ball comes out near side to Marshinki. Marshinki got to be a youngster.
Definitely looks like an underclassman, although I've seen crazier things.
Ball comes back. Marshinki works low. Good ball movement by Cranberry. Into Morrow. Give him 2 from the block. 7-2 here. 6:55 to go in the first quarter.
And what a perfect way to start this game if you're the Berries, Chris. I mean, you can't draw it up any better so far.
Yeah, what a great way to get off the bus after that long ride. Lundeen going to go down Broadway, up and in left hand. Very good for Sam Lundeen, the senior, in his final game here in the Den. And Kane.
Roll out that red carpet because he's coming.
Open 3-ball long by Merriman. No good. Rebound by Zook. Wolves going to look to advance. They came down last possession in a high spread offense. Anderson, hesitation, has it blocked there. The block was by Baker. Quickly up ahead to Finley. Finley can't get it to fall, but there's Merriman with the putback. 2 more. Wolves just out-hustled on that play after Anderson thought he might have got fouled on his drive to the hole.
And speaking of hustle, you gotta love that hustle from Sam Lundeen because he always brings it. That play blocks the initial layup, but the second one falls right in.
Nice backdoor cut by Lundeen. Somehow corrals it out to Wenzel. Wenzel 3-ball long, knocked out of bounds there off of Marshinki. Initially set off of Zook, and Zook said I wasn't even there. So the official got it right, corrected his own. Kudos there. Zook will look to inbound, cutting Anderson, no good. Hesitation, kick out Lundeen. Lundeen 3-ball, good! Sam Lundeen, give him 3. That's 5 so far on the night for Sam Lundeen, the senior.
And you love to see it, Chris, because this is most definitely the last game for this senior class.
Great play there by the Berries. Wolves up in a 2-1-2 zone. Quickly up ahead, though, with the ball is Zook. He has his shot blocked. Wolves were in a 2-1-2 zone there, and Cranberry able to go right down the middle for a good look. No ball, able to get it though. So rebound there goes to Marcinke. Marcinke dribbles out, hesitation. Pass out, we're going to have a foul called on Anderson. That'll be his first.
But as I was saying, Chris, I mean, this is the last basketball game, unless if they get a recruitment of some sort, this is the last basketball game that these seniors are going to be playing. So you think about the amount of energy, the tenacity they're going to be playing with tonight, it's going to be truly special.
Yeah, last time on the court, Anderson got away with a hold there. Rebound goes to Lundeen. Lundeen going to look to run the length of the court. He's going to go up and around and through. Give Sam Lundeen 7 of the first 9, and he brings the Wolves back and ties it up almost single-handedly. Lundeen playing with his hair on fire. Guarding Marcinke. Ball goes into the post to Baker. He kicks out Finley. Finley doesn't like the look. Another pass there to Baker in the low block. Marcinke comes away with it. High floater, good from 10 feet. Give Blake Marcinke 2.
Yep, there's no doubt about that one. It was nothing but net.
That was a jumper, but he shot it like it was a floater. It was up in the air forever. Anderson, long three, left side, no good. Rebound going to come out. That goes to Baker. Baker got hit on the head on the play, but nothing called there. Quickly up ahead comes the Cranberries. Merriman takes on the low block, decides to pull out. Gets it to, that's Finley. Finley playing with the headband and mullet. Got to appreciate the roots there. Back to the last time Larry Bird and Indiana State were ranked. That's the 70s for those of you at home.
Yep.
So it'll be stolen there by the Wolves. Wenzel up ahead. Going to look to go the length of the court. Left hand up, no good. Rebound comes out by Morrow.
Such a fast-paced game so far, Chris.
And that's a huge swing pass up ahead. Chest pass goes length of the court to Baker. Baker going to be fouled in the play by Brown. Be Brown's first, Wolves' third team.
Oh, man, you got a ref tying his shoe now. That's where all the action is. Jeez.
Almost falling out of him. He's running so much.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
mean,
these officials
really.
get into it as a retirement gig, not thinking they're going to run this much, but it's been a track meet so Marbury.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite the game. I mean, they never had really a moment to breathe unless if you're talking free throws. Just constant back and forth. It's going to be number 4, London Baker with the free throw is going to make it.
Checking in for the Wolves will be Dar and Chamberlain. Chamberlain's father just announced the new head baseball coach in Kane. Congrats to Ernie.
Yep, congratulations.
Also a teacher. Second shot by Baker, no good. Rebound comes out to the Wolves. It's going to be Wenzel to run the rock so far. Passes off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain going to use that left hand and its strength. Goes around the defender but can't find the bottom of the bucket. And quickly up ahead go the Berries. Man, do they run the court nice as Morrow's there and picks up the easy bunny going length of the court.
Yep, and it just seems like on all those fast breaks, they're functioning perfectly in absolute harmony. It just seems like they're all running at the same pace. They're all finding the right position. So if they can't get that immediate layup, they know they have a pass, and it's a 2 versus 1 scenario in their favor.
Yeah, certainly that transitional defense for the Wolves going to be the topic of discussion right now for Coach Dar and those Wolves players right now. They're just slow off the shot. And it's not they're slow because they're looking for rebounds. They're kind of watching right now and letting Cranberry get into that sprint track meet. And to be honest with you, there's no reason that looking at the athletes on the court for the Wolves, there's zero reason that they should be getting out-sprinted down the court except for hustle. So I imagine that's what Coach Dar is talking about right now, is saying, we got to hustle back, get back on defense, stop worrying about all the secondary stuff, get our butts back, play good defense, and take away that fast court break. Looking at the scores of this Cranberry squad coming into it, it appears as though, and knowing what the KSAC is, it appears as though this is the type of basketball they play, Braden, where it's nothing but up and down, up and down, up and down. A league like this, they have no problem needing a shot clock because they don't have teams from Elk County playing in it that know how to stall the snot out of the ball.
We won't name names. We won't name names.
They certainly are just across the next town south of us maybe, and then the bigger city home to the Catholic school down there. But anyways, moving up, there's Dar going to get it across the timeline, pass off to Brown. Brown going to look, drive. Ooh, loses a step, fade away, can't get it to fall. Lundeen's there on the putback. He has it blocked by Finley. It'll stay Wolves ball. Boy, Brown looked like he kind of slid there. He could have got called for a travel. His feet skipped. It's like watching Kane's version of Zion Williams from Duke.
That's a very interesting way to put it, but honestly, I can definitely see the correlation there, Chris.
I mean, he's a foot shorter and probably just as strong, honestly, and doesn't eat as much as Zion.
Yep, Connor Brown definitely has more motivation than Zion Williamson by a country mile.
And
Speaking
there's
of which,
Brown up and in
there
for
you go.
2.
Connor Brown, he's coming.
Gets him on the board for the night, the senior. Wolves playing that 2-1-2 zone or 2-3, depending on what area you come from. Oh, nice cut there. Look to get into Marshinki. He can't get it. Somehow comes away with it. And Dar looks to go length of the court. Going to dribble, hold up, goes to Finley. And Anderson in and fouled there that's Finley on the foul. Anderson will step to the line to shoot 2.
And way to draw that foul by Dane Anderson. I mean, in that scenario, you're either going to make the easy layup, or if you don't, you know there's about a 90% chance they're going to smack that wrist and you're going to be headed to the line. That's exactly what Dane Anderson just did.
No good on the first. Back iron. Been an Achilles heel for the Wolves for the past couple seasons now at free throws. Can't get the second to fall. Lundin can't come down with the rebound. Baker gets it quickly up ahead to Finley. Finley going to right hand hesitation down to the low block. And that's stolen by Anderson. He's going to look to go body length of the court. Tries to get it up to Dar and just slightly out of the reach. He wanted a little more English on that ball.
Isaiah Smith's going to check in for Connor Brown. We got 2:24 to play. The Berries are up 14-11, but we'll see if the Wolves have a little bit of a howl going and have something to say about it. Close out this first quarter strong and get back this lead.
Off the ball contact going to be called next time between Anderson and Morrow. 3-ball long by Merriman. Rebound going to be on the floor. Anderson going to get called for his second. That's Marshinki that just got in there. Outmaneuvered Anderson for the rebound. Dane will have 2 now with 2:07 to play.
It just seems like Marshinski is just a special kid when it comes to basketball. I mean, he's really made his presence felt anytime he's on the court. I mean, he immediately comes back on and you're already saying his name. I mean, that's definitely a good sign if you're a basketball player.
Inbounds, 3-ball on the way by Marshinki. No good. Rebound there goes to Chamberlain. Chamberlain going to look to go the length of the court. Settles into the offense. Hard crossover left side. Comes back near side. Smith going to go down the lane with English on it. Gets it to roll. Isaiah Smith, the sophomore. Give him 2. Ball comes back. That's going to be Finley. And Smith going to draw the foul. Or Morrow going to draw the foul on Smith. They're going hard body. They're both banging, but in that situation, it's always the defensive player that gets called for the foul there. And with the new NFHS rule, with a 5th team foul, number 14, Connor Morrow, will step to the line to shoot 2. And the gym got quiet for these free throws. First one, no good.
And you're right, Chris. It just seems like these past few years, I know heading into this season, we interviewed Coach Darn. The main thing he said was last year they were a game below 500, and the main reason why is they weren't making free throws. It seems to still be their kryptonite today, unfortunately. That's the difference in this game for the most part, just the ability to make free throws.
We're going to have a lane violation called there on Wenzel. I guess he was early. Coach Dar doesn't seem to want to dispute it. I didn't see it, so I'm assuming that it was that obvious. Not even Brock saying no. So he gets a chance again and buries the third of 2. Yep, third of 2. Lane violation gives him a freebie. Chamberlain up ahead, kicks out Smith. Smith 3-ball tipped. Rebound there to Merriman. Merriman looks to run the court. Quickly up ahead to Baker. Baker skip pass to Finley. Finley going to come back out to Marshinki. Nope, yep. And Marshinki, no. Oh, I thought he was going to take Lundin, try to take Lundin baseline there.
Man, that would have been something because there's a pretty noticeable size difference between the 2.
Merriman 3. Long. We're going to have an over the back called on Dar now. Over the back on Baker, and that is the right call. Baker had great position. Preston tried to get over top of him, and when you do that, you're going to probably get called. So that's the 6th team foul for the Wolves. So far, team foul 6-1. First one good for Baker.
Kyle Zook's going to check in the game for Preston Dar.
Dar played a great JV game. Kane was victorious, 40-31. Gets the second to go, does Baker. 17-13 the score with 1:12 remaining.
Cranberry's going to come out in the press.
Wolves able to pass through it. There's Zook down low. Kick out to Lundeen. Lundeen wants to go left. Runner, 12-footer, no good. Rebound, Smith. Smith tries right hand, up and strong. Kicks out to Lundeen. Lundeen has he up and high off the glass. Sam Lundeen delivers.
This is his night, Chris. You can already tell this is going to be a monster performance for Sam Lundeen in his last game of high school basketball. And you love to see it from him. He's earned it. He's such a heck of an athlete, just a great person, very motivated. He has a lot of drive, and you couldn't ask for a better game from him so far.
And checking in will be Brady Ingalls, number 51.
That's who we were talking about. I mean, he's the tallest player on this court.
He's a whole head taller than Smith. And it looks like Brown's going to check in for Lundeen. Probably a matchup thing here. Give Sam a break. Able to buy him an extra minute of break of wind and get Brown out there to play a little more defense on Ingalls. Brown will step to the center spot in this 2-1-2 or 2-3 zone. Marshinki looks to get it across the timeline. Passes near side to Merriman. Merriman looks to Marshinki. Right now on the seal is Ingalls, but he's got the back taken away by Brown. Tipped away there by Zook. Comes away is Chamberlain for the Wolves. Hard right-handed back to his left. Finn, the predominant left-handed basketball player and athlete. Wenzel loses it, has his pocket picked, and it will stay Wolves ball on the jump. 31 ticks remain here in the first. Wolves only trail by 1 after giving away the first 5 points of the game due to a technical. Inbounds goes to Wenzel. Wenzel looks back to Zook into Brown. Brown going to turn, kick, fire out to Smith. Smith hesitates, decides not to. So far, Cranberry Braden has played primarily man-to-man defense here. Great big help side, though. Nice cut. Down the lane goes Wenzel. Give him to, and actually, as I said that, I think they came out of their man and played zone that possession there. That wasn't even a help side transfer. That was straight zone on the block.
They did, and that's what Kane's been running so far on defense is a zone.
Merriman with the 2 at the buzzer.
Merriman. Talk about a basketball player. Look no further than Ethan Merriman. Wow.
That gives him 9 points. He started with the first 7 of the game for Cranberry and then finished with the last 2 of the quarter. So he finishes with 7. Sam Lundeen has 10 for the Wolves. And without further ado, you have the Friends of the Wolfpack.
Yes, we do. We would like to thank our Friends of the Wolfpack, Lindsay Novosel, Richard Smith, Debbie Lenaway family, Keith and Linda Regal, Jack and Linda Headland, Jim and Kathy Graville, Corey Dar, Jason and Krista Wenzel, Julie and John Cleland, John and Christy Dar, Kellen Gretto, Allison Miller, Reddy Sacklin, Penny and Wally Barber, Todd Stanko, Woodside Oils of our town, KPA, Rita Graville, Ariana and Jocelyn Graville, Bill and Kim Cicchetti, Karen and Ron Carty, Denny and Perky Galvin, Joanne and Thomas Walker, Misty Slater, and Kelly Mays. We would like to thank our Friends of the Wolfpack, and to get your name on the list, feel free to drop off your $10 donation at the Photo and Sound Shop, or you can also donate via PayPal at wxcyradio.com. Without your support, we truly mean this. This isn't just because of a script. We truly mean this. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to bring these games back to you, the listeners. So thank you so much.
So we're live here in Merriman. That was Marshinki started with it. Gets it to Merriman, back to Marshinki. Looks like the Berries have kind of slowed down their offense here. And as I say that, Marshinki with the 3 ball chases down his own rebound on the long attempt. It was back iron, no good, clanked out. Comes out to Merriman. Merriman, 3 ball front iron, no good. Brown knocks it to Anderson. Anderson going to look to advance the ball here. Doesn't have numbers. Going to pull out. Kicks to Zook. Zook in the corner, looking to get into Brown. Brown going to turn and look. You know, that first game of the season when we had the Wolves against Smethport, as the runner in the lane, no good by Lundeen. Connor Brown had 15 and 14 on his first varsity experience. There's a block by Brown. Knocks it right into the hands of Merriman, though. He goes up, give him 21-18. Quickly ahead are the Berries here.
And speaking of Connor Brown, I'd like to see this Wolves teams try to intentionally get the post a little bit more, just like that.
And there's Anderson with his first bucket of the game. Comes in the opening minute of the second quarter. Like to see him at least get 12 or 15 tonight for the Wolves. Ball comes back. That's Merriman going to dribble right-handed. Hesitates in, has his pocket picked, and into angles. He turns and looks That was like a Yao Ming-esque where he's just so tall he doesn't really have to do much but turn around and put the ball up. Brown looks low post, has it knocked away by Merriman. Lundin had cut back door there, and Brown was maybe a step late on that pass. Couldn't get it to him.
Man, and that shot by Brady Ingles, I mean, it just looked so effortless. Like you said, he literally just turned around, put a hand up, and put it in.
Oh, there's
Speaking
an
of
open
which-
shot. Is that Anderson?
Yep, that was Anderson on that one.
With a big three, Dane Anderson, 23-22, gets the Wolves back within a point. Baker with the 15, 16-footer, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Brown, quickly to Lundin. Lundin has the numbers. No look pass to Wenzel. Wenzel can't get it to fall, and Engels comes down with it, and Zook tries to climb the ladder. Going to get called for the foul there.
And that's the thing, too, about a big man in the post. I mean, when they're so tall, if you know that you can jump and get the ball from them, you can try. But more times than not, it's going to end up in a foul like it did right there. As Cranberry advances it past the half-court mark.
That'll be Merriman, looks to go baseline, has it. Ooh, he was fouled there by Lundin, and Lundin got away with it. He let out a big gasp there as they signaled it went out of bounds, and it wasn't a foul on him. Be Merriman to inbound now. Engel turns, looks, can't do anything. Marshinki gets it inbounds, has it blocked by Anderson. Marshinki looked to pass away, couldn't get rid of it. Comes back, though. That's going to be into Engel. Engel up and no good. Rebound Brown. Trying to get, I don't have 32 here. I didn't write it down. That's Zook with the three ball, no good. Rebound goes to the 32 for the Berries. Quickly as Merriman up ahead decides to pull out. Oh, nice block by Connor Brown. And quickly the Wolves try to go up ahead. I don't have a 32 in the book at all. We'll have to get that for you folks after the halftime break and name on number 32 because it's not, unless Braden, I'm not looking at that right. You don't see a 32 on there, do you?
I don't. So
that would have been a
like we have it.
technical, unless they added it late, but I got it with the official book when the officials got it, so whatever. That's Marshinki, three ball. He can't find the bottom of the bucket, and Anderson's there on the rebound. Dane's got numbers, looking to run, decides to pull out. Good decision there. Has his pocket almost picked by Marshinki. Zook in the corner, thinks, hesitates, passes off to Brown. Brown going to kick out to Lundin. Lundin, Anderson. Anderson, the hesitation from 15. Fouled on the play. He'll step to the line to shoot two.
Just absolutely fearless is Dane Anderson. Doesn't matter what position he's in. Really doesn't matter what sport he's playing either. What just matters is that as long as he's on the field or the court, you already know he's going to give his all. And just to constantly see him attacking the basket, as he misses the first free throw. But a lot of people who are his size would not want to do that. They'd be intimidated. Not Dane Anderson. He faces the challenge directly, goes to the basket, and that's what happens. Second free throw's on the way.
Baker checks out. Morrow checks in for the Berries. Anderson no good on his fourth. He's 0 for 4 from the free throw line. And Dane has been a career about 70% shooter, so slow start from the line for Anderson. Merriman three ball up and good. He traveled on that, but we don't worry about travels anymore in basketball like we used to. They call it a gather step. Anderson has it, passes off to Brown. Brown quickly gets to Lundin. Lundin not afraid to drive. Loses the handle away to Morrow. Morrow going to look to go the length of the court. And that's number 32. We can't figure out what his name is. We'll get it to you folks later. 32 up and good.
Man. He's punishing the books for not knowing his name because we're going to be saying it a lot, it looks like, man. Wow.
And I'll force Coach Dar and the Wolves to take their second full timeout of the game. Kind of get our legs back under us. 28-22 the score here. Just about halfway through the second quarter. Wolves trail in the senior finale or season finale and final game for these seniors. I'm Chris Barber, joined by Braden Byam. And so far, to say I'm surprised by the effort would not be true. I'm surprised by the outcome so far for the Wolves. 22 points in the first quarter and a half is the most they've probably had looking at scores in maybe the last 10 or 12 games, Braden.
Yep, it seems like the only team that they've really been able to replicate this offense production against would be Sheffield. And they're undefeated against Sheffield when it comes to not tournament play. But when they could have brought a trophy home, unfortunately, that tournament game did not go their way. Like we said, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for this season, because since then, it's unfortunately been on a huge downward spiral for the most part. But you just get to wondering about this Wolves team. What are they made of? Okay, they know that this is their last game of the season. They could throw the towel in, and they could say, all right, we're already down by 6. They're boat racing us up and down the court at times. You know, who cares? But that's not what this team's about. That's not what Kane's about. We expect for them to represent, and I have a good feeling that this is going to be a great basketball game the rest of the way, folks.
Wolves going to come out with the ball. Dar open 3 ball. His first shot of the game. Front iron, no good. Rebound goes to 30. That might be Zach Shebeck. They have him in the book as number 30, but that's awfully close to 32. Runner, no good. Engel with the left hand. Nice putback by Ingles there. Give him his first 2 of the game. 30-22. Cranberry with the advantage. Chamberlain now has it near side. Looks to dribble. Pass off to Wenzel. Wenzel, 3 ball long. Dar can't come down with the rebound. It's Engel that comes away. No, that was number 32. Will go with Shebeck. Open Merriman 3. Front iron, no good, but there is Marshinki, and he gets the putback. Give him 2 more.
Yep, using his size, just work his way into the post. Right place, right time, puts it up. Relatively uncontested, and just no doubt about that one, Chris.
9-0 run for the Berries here. 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Dar going to be guarded, passes off, kicks far side to Smith. Smith then gets it back around to Chamberlain. Chamberlain, the hard lefty, wants to come the whole length. Kicks far side. Oh, if he would have shot that, he definitely would have got fouled. Decides to pass off to Wenzel. Wenzel going to go left hand off the glass. Can't get it to fall. It'll be Cranberry ball going the other way. Marshinki looking to go length of the court. Kicks out far side Merriman. Merriman into Engel. Engel going to turn, look, face, high off the glass.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a smooth hook shot there by Brady Ingles. 30-second timeout by Coach Dar.
Very little you could do to stop that except for having a player that's just about the same height, and unfortunately they don't, although Connor Brown has played good defense on him when he's on the court.
Trying to see, looks like there might have been some subs going on here for Coach Dar. Surprised that he took that 30-second timeout. No subs, no new players on the court. Maybe that was just a rally for the Wolves, or maybe let's try to cool off these shooters for Cranberry.
There's no question that the Wolves have to get something going. It was 23-22 Cranberry just a few minutes ago. Now Cranberry is on an 11-0 run. They have 34 points on the board. The Wolves have to get something going here. And what better way to do it than through the hands of Dane Anderson?
Oh, and the ball going to be knocked out of Anderson's hands. Goes up to Merriman. Merriman can't find it. Marshinki comes down. I thought he was fouled by Lundeen there on the play. No call. Glad he's okay. He kind of landed awkwardly there. He's quickly up, though, running the length of the court. Ball goes into Brown, high post. Nice backdoor cut by Wenzel. He can't grab it, though. Quickly up is Merriman out of his outstretched hands. No good turnover there by the Berries. And, you know, you live by the break, you die by the break, and that one just got a little bit ahead of him there. Wolves going to look to slow it down, settle into an offense here. And honestly, Braden, this is where they've struggled this year, is half-court sets. They're a better run-and-gun team.
Yep, it just seems like when they don't have a slow start, sometimes they just end up having some lapses in the middle of the game where the other team goes on runs, and it ends up costing them.
Anderson goes in amongst everybody. Brown comes away with the rebound, puts it on the court. Marshinki showing that you don't want to take it down. If you're a big man, you don't want to take the ball to the floor. Marshinki able to get it away. Wenzel comes away with the loose ball, though, drives baseline, goes up right hand, going to be fouled on the play by Engel. Ingles came out of there holding his face. I don't know if he took a blow or something, but he looks to be fine now.
And in my opinion, if we're talking individual players, I really do think you've seen a great game so far by Ethan Merriman. But honestly, I think it's Engles that might be the X factor for this Cranberry team, coming off the bench, using his size. Some teams are caught off guard by that. So far, he's had his way with game.
Wolves so far 1 for 7 from the free throw line. Can't win close games shooting that. I don't even know what that percentage is broken down. It's not good.
Oh, man, I mean, it's not even 20%, so that's
16.8 maybe, something like that for you math people at home. Check me with the calculator. Merriman, 3 ball short, goes back iron, though. Comes away with Marshinki, and he goes baseline floater up and good.
That's going to make it a 13-0 run in favor of the Berries. Just very detrimental to this
I
Wolves
think
team
during
to get
that
going.
last time out, somebody crawled up there and put saran wrap on the rim as the Wolves unable to find the bottom of the bucket right now. Brown going to have it top of the key, not where he wants to be offensively. Pass and cut, goes into Ingles, loses the rock, comes away with it, and up and good is Connor Brown. We got an injury here. That is Morrow coming away. Looks like he might have a bloody nose. He caught, or a bloody lip. He caught Connor Brown's elbow with his face when Connor came down from his shot.
And that's the thing too. You gotta give credit to the members of our school. We lost our athletic trainer, I believe, towards November-ish, but the rest of the staff has been able to step up in moments like these. There's no blood on the floor, so there's nothing to clean up. But I've seen instances where there was, and they're right on it. So considering the circumstances, you got to be thankful for them, grateful for them. They're always here supporting. So why
It
not
looks
go
like
help them?
they do have some blood now.
I was going to say, usually the response was slightly quicker, but I find it hard to imagine that there's not a single drop of blood on that floor.
Got the blood spill kit out. Everything's good. Imagine, I saw Margo to the locker room to get cleaned up. He looked like he was going to be okay. I wish him the best. It's probably just a little cut lip. He'll come out and probably start the second half on fire. A little determination. With 38.5 seconds to go here in the opening half, Wolves trail 36-24. They were down by 1 just 4 minutes ago. The score was 23-22, and since then, Cranberries have gone on a 13-2 run. Wolves just have had no answer offensively or defensively.
Yeah, thank goodness for those last points for Connor Brown, because it was a 13-0 run, and you just can't have that regardless of who you're playing. You can't have that home or away. The Wolves are going to have to find a way to recover from it, and in my opinion, I think what they need to do is they need to try to get really intentional about getting that ball in the post and letting somebody like Connor Brown, Chris Yates, Isaiah Smith try to put on a post move, because then it'll open up the rest of the court, makes the three-point line a little bit more open. That way you can get the ball out to Lundeen, Anderson, etc.
Yeah, not to cut you off, just Wolves going young lineup here. Yates checks in, Chamberlain and Dar on the low block, and up top is going to be Schaefer and Novosel. So we got 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior out there for the Wolves. Merriman has it far side, going to try 3-ball corner, front iron, no good. There's Novosel with the rebound, has his pocket picked by Marshinki, and Marshinki goes up and into pay dirt, lays it in right hand. Dar going to come away, 26 remain here. Passes to Chamberlain, Chamberlain up to Novosel, Novosel 3-ball lefty, front iron, no good, rebound there goes to Yates. Yates going to turn and look up and good. Give Chris Yates that bunny for 2.
Not even on the court for 30 seconds, gets his first points. Gotta love it from Chris Yates.
Kick out, that's Finley, tries 3-ball at the buzzer, no good. After one full half of play here, the Wolves trail 38-26. What we'll do, we'll send it to the station, hear from our sponsors, and we're back to wrap up the first half.
Kane Wolves basketball on 1017 XZY, supported by our friends of the Wolfpack and businesses like these. W.E. Swanson Insurance Agency, offering auto, homeowners, and business insurance at 23 Fraley Street in Kane. WESwansonAgency.com. Zook Motors, with new and pre-owned vehicles and a service and parts department. They're online at zookmotors.net. Lindbergh Furniture, Route 219 north of Johnsonburg, and now Lindbergh Sleep Center at 410 Center Street in downtown Johnsonburg. They're a local dealer for brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Ashley. More info at lindberghfurniture.biz. Dine Excavating. Their services include gravel and limestone, topsoil, and septic tanks. Located on Route 6 west of Kane, their phone number is 814-837-6990. Allegheny Eye Care, providing eye exams and additional coverage for eye and health situations in both of their Kane and Smethport locations. For more information, their phone number is 814-837-7880. Field Street Boots in Kane, a dealer for Carhartt and Timberline clothing, as well as winter footwear and sporting goods. They're on Facebook under Field Street Boots. Highlander Energy, an industrial contractor specializing in the power, petrochemical, natural gas processing, pulp and paper industries. HighlanderEnergy.com. Kane Lumber and Fuel True Value Hardware. Building supplies, lighting, winter snow, and ice removal products at their location on Hemlock Avenue in Kane. Rich Gas of Kane, providing propane gas services, including delivery and installation with automatic refills. Online at richgasinc.com. We thank these sponsors and friends like you for supporting Kane Wolves basketball coverage on 1017 XZY.
WXZYLP Kane.
I'm Ed Rose, and this is Citizen Kane. Each week on this broadcast, heard only on 101.7 WXZY FM, I uncover little-known facts and forgotten memories from the hilltop. This week's program honors Kane's original war monuments in Evergreen Park and celebrates the present-day vision of Ned Carger and the Memorial Point Committee. For all its unspeakable horrors, the First World War is not only a story of mustard gas, barbed wire, and soldiers wallowing in the trenches, but of human strength and individual heroism. When the armistice of November 11, 1918 officially ended U.S. involvement in World War I, a local committee sprang to the task of creating a worthy monument to commemorate the great sacrifice and service of hilltop veterans, including those who gave their lives over there. By spring of 1919, the committee had located a suitable granite boulder in Venango County to be used as a war memorial. When crane operators attempted to unload the giant rock from the boxcar that had ferried it to the hilltop, the weight of the great stone snapped the steel cables of the harness, causing it to crash 10 feet to the ground. In short order, a sturdier crane was summoned from Erie to more easily place the granite boulder in its proper position. An engraved brass plaque was affixed with the names of all the men who had died while serving in World War I. In typical fashion, the determined can-do attitude of Kane citizens would see the project through to completion. Among the many civilian fundraising efforts was the Dog Circus and Refined Vaudeville program organized by Oster Gustafson at his farm on the Smethport Road. The monument was dedicated at a huge public ceremony on July 4th, 1919, just 147 days after the fighting had ended for American soldiers. After World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the current global war on terror, additional memorials were added with care taken to make sure that no brave soldiers who paid the ultimate price were overlooked. In 1976, prior to the U.S. bicentennial celebration, the honored area of Evergreen Park was officially designated as Evergreen Memorial Point by the Kane Borough Council. Today, Memorial Point is unbefitting of its name. With its overgrown landscaping and cracked sidewalks, the once proud symbol of bravery and service to country has fallen into a state of disregard and disrepair. Ned Carger, a volunteer who represents the Kane Parks Commission on the Memorial Point Committee, has a long vision for sustainable improvements for the place that for many veterans and their families, especially for those who have lost a loved one, is sacred ground. By forging key partnerships with the Kane VFW Post 1132, the Kane Borough, Care for Kane, the Kane Garden Club, the Kane Parks Commission, and the Kane Area Development Center, along with an in-kind donation from Kane Innovations, Carger says the project's goal of reaching $180,000 is not out of reach. This goal includes funds to provide ongoing maintenance and upkeep for Memorial Point as an impressive gateway to Evergreen Park for the foreseeable future. According to Carger, his committee's goal is to break ground for the renovated park this summer, dependent on additional fundraising. No monetary donation is too small. The park will be another impressive jewel in the crown that is Kane's ongoing renaissance. Donations can be made to VFW King David Post 1132, Memorial Point at Evergreen Park, care of Hamlin Bank, 34 Fraley Street, Kane, PA 16735. According to Carger, memorial donations can also be made in memory of or in honor of and sent to the same address at Hamlin Bank. Please include the name and address where you would like the memorial notification to be sent. To see an impressive artist rendition of the new Memorial Point project, search at Memorial Point Kane, PA on Facebook.
I didn't have my mic on.
And
Chris is
share
coming
the
back
vision.
over the table now.
I didn't
so
have my mic on.
Well,
So
both
that's
of you.
all
Back
for
over
this
the
week,
table now,
friends.
so.
Please keep
Global
those
beer.
story ideas coming and send your comments and suggestions to citizenkanepa@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.
We listen all day.
This is my music.
Always loud and clear.
WXCY LP Kane.
From Uptown Kane to the world. Listen live on your mobile device at WXZYradio.com or on your Amazon smart speaker. Tell it to play WXZY.
Let's start this party.
Always connected to Kane. We are 1017 XZY.
Welcome back to the Wolves' Den. The Cranberry Berries are currently leading going into the second half with a score of 38-26 over the Wolves. It's been a very fast-paced game, just constantly back and forth. Cranberry has been incredible on the fast breaks for the most part. Just everybody's in the right place at the right time. They all seem to be running at the same pace. Everything's clicking for Cranberry offensively. They also have a little bit of a secret weapon to a certain extent in number 51, Brady Ingles. He's so tall, and he wasn't originally starting the game, but he has seen an efficient amount of minutes, a decent amount of minutes, and he's definitely made the most out of them. When you're talking about the Wolves, Chris, what you want to see is the Wolves find a way as a basketball comes over to me in warm-up, so I'm definitely involved in this game, not the first
Just
time.
give her a huck, see what happens.
I'll just roll that back in there real quick. But anyways, Kane,
What you want to see, honestly, is Kane to make some free throws. They're 1 for 7 from the free throw line, and that's where this game right now, that whole run, Cranberry was able to make baskets, and the Wolves were put at the free throw line, couldn't make the gimmies. So that right now, I think, Braden, is what the discussion or the focus has to be on, amongst other things. But goodness, they don't call it a charity stripe for nothing.
and traditionally the best free throw shooter on the team has been Dane Anderson. And I believe at the moment he's 0 for 4 from the free throw line. I know he hasn't made any. So he definitely, along with the rest of the team, even by their standards, just not having the greatest night in the world when it comes to shooting their free throws. It just tends to be their kryptonite. As I said before, I'd like to see the Wolves try to find a way to be intentional about getting that ball in the post to a player like Connor Brown, Chris Yates, Isaiah Smith, et cetera, and find a way to get a couple of baskets off of a post move, open up the court, and then you can get the ball back out to your three-point shooters such as a Sam Lundeen, a Dane Anderson, Brock Wetzel, Kyle Zooks of the world, and find a way to be very versatile with the way you're scoring. Because right now, Cranberry knows what Kane's trying to do. They're reading him like a book for most part on offense. And Kane's got to find a way to get something going because...
Yeah, the most success they've had has been on that fast break. As for the Wolves, starters right now are going to be Anderson, Lundeen, Wenzel, Yates, and Brown. Yates going to get the start of the second half.
They got to put the second quarter behind them because 13-0 run. They want to win this game. Nothing, anything close to that could happen again. They have to be the team doing that.
And the name that we lost was Connor Zerbe with the 4 points. He got out of the book late, I guess. Yates, nice baseline pass. Move by Yates. Give him 2 more. That's 4 on the night for Chris.
Yep, fantastic way to get the second half started.
Oh, Merriman, quick 3-ball.
Yikes.
Gets it to go, and we're going to have a push against the Wolves on the rebound. So they'll maintain possession here. That's a terrible position for the Wolves.
Tough. I mean, a 3-point wow. 3-point field goal and the ball for the Berries. I mean, what more could you want out of a possession than that? That's literally the best case scenario you could ever get.
Merriman will set to inbounds. Gets it near side Morrow. Morrow playing with the rolled up toilet paper in his nose. I guess it was his nose and not his lip. Seems to be running around all right, though. Marshinki, nice pass. They're blocked there. Baker went up with it, blocked by Lundin, but quickly on the putback is Baker for 2 more.
That's something you'll notice, too. Cranberry seems to have the ability to generate more second chance opportunities than the Wolves.
Better positioning. They're not more physical. They're just simply in better positioning.
Right place, right
Lundin
time.
turnaround, 17-footer. It's good. Give him 2 more. That's 12 on the night for Sam. Ball going to be blocked out of bounds. He's going to be shooting 2. Must have got him with the body, did Lundin. That's his second foul. Picks it up quick here within the first minute of the opening quarter of the second half.
We'll see if Cranberry can keep up their free throw production in the second.
Baker misses the first. He was 3 for 4 in the first half. 3 for 5 so far. Wouldn't mind. I don't want to wish bad luck on Landon Baker. Seems like a nice kid, but would hate to see him go 3 for 6. And the announcer's jinx didn't work as he buries that second. 4 for 6 is Baker. Cross the line comes Anderson. Crossover, hesitation, pull up 3, ball contested, back iron. Mistiming the jump is Baker, but still comes down because he's got position on Yates there. Nice pass by Finley to Merriman. Merriman up for 2 more. Ethan Merriman, give him, that's going to be 17 on the night so far.
And that was a bounce pass with a purpose. Just lightning speed right into the post.
Ball comes back. Lundin going to go left hand. Wow, does he wiggle his way through the defense. Give him 2 more. That's 14 on the night for Sam Lundin, the senior.
And he wants it so badly, Chris. You could just tell it. And it's showing on the stat sheet right now. He's having a great game.
Marshinki, high pass to Finley. Comes back to Marshinki on the far side wing. Gets it to Morrow. Morrow looks to go down the lane. Ball stolen. Quickly up ahead go the Wolves. Anderson going to go length. Lays it up and in. Give Dane just his 4th points of the night. Would love to see that motor get going for the Wolves as they trail 46-34 with 5:55 remaining in the third quarter.
Perfect opportunity to try to turn this into a run for the Wolves.
Merriman goes into the block. That's going to be Morrow. Morrow can't get the first to go. Gets his putback to go, though. Give Morrow 2 more. That takes his total up to 7. So far, Cranberry answered every offensive score the Wolves have had in the second half. And then some. Lundin hesitates the 3 ball, passes off to Wenzel. Wenzel, one-hand pass into Yates. Yates can't seem to grab it. Quickly up ahead is Morrow. Morrow length of the court. 2 more. That puts them at 50. And Morrow with 9. Anderson crossed the timeline. Wolves going to need to generate something here as they can feel this game slipping away. And there's Anderson, goes right hand down. He's going to force the foul. He'll step to the line for the old school 3-point play attempt.
And it isn't to be like demeaning to any of the players who aren't seniors, but right now you could tell most of the scoring production in this game has been on the back of the seniors, Connor Brown, Dane Anderson, and primarily Sam Lundin. And what more could you expect? It's their last game that they're ever going to play for high school basketball.
Anderson gets his first free throw of the night to fall.
And we're honored to watch it, Chris, because they've been great players and great people for this program. We truly appreciate everything they've done for our school, for our community, and for the basketball program.
Marshinki, nice baseline, can't get it to fall. Just came up short there. Yates in position to get the rebound, but it's going to be Finley that steals it away. Anderson tells Yates, hey, it's all right, all good there. Sometimes, the other team just makes a play, and that's what Finley did there, but he knocked it out of bounds. Yates going to get the inbounds to Anderson. Anderson to Brown. Brown cross the timeline to Chamberlain. Chamberlain going to be guarded by 2. Kicks out. Brown going to go up. Has it swatted out of his hands by Finley, but Chamberlain comes away with it. Lundin has his shot blocked. That's a nice block there by Baker. Quickly up ahead to Finley. Back to Baker. Baker up in. Good. Give him 2 more. That's his 2, 4, 7, 8, 9 points for Baker. Marshinki, defense on Anderson, tips it away. Lundin gives a little forearm shiver there. We're going to have a foul called on Morrow. Lundin went down low and Morrow body checked him.
I mean, we have people falling down onto the court. I mean, everywhere it seems like these past 30 seconds or so of game time. I mean, it's been pretty nuts. I'll just say that.
4:21 remains, 52-37, Wolves trail here. Anderson has it in the low block, has it taken away, bodies and ball everywhere. We're going to have a jump ball called.
It'll stay Cranberry basketball.
Marshinki was calling for the timeout there. Good heads-up play. I'm only assuming he's an underclassman, though.
It's a fairly safe assumption, I would say.
I looked up their roster at the break, and they don't have the ages posted. There's Merriman. Cuts, has it stolen there by Brown. Brown gets it to Anderson. Anderson almost has Finley in his back pocket. Lundeen goes up, out jumps everybody, misses the first, gets the second to go, gives Sam Lundeen 2 more. That's 16 on the night for Sammy.
Great way to redeem yourself. What better way to do it than getting your own rebound, putting it up and in?
Just up in the board totals, that's all. Merriman, 3-ball, good. My goodness, that kid is clutch.
It was about time. You know, I mean,
That puts him at 20 on the night.
you're only going to go so long without seeing a Merriman 3, it seems like.
Yates gets the ball at the low block, loses dribble, passes off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain looks to go left side baseline, has it taken away, leaves Yates open. Yates, nice drop step, gets it to Brown. Brown going to use his size and strength to just overpower Baker, up and in, give Brown 2.
There are some moments and some plays you can't stop Connor Brown. When he's one-on-one on the post, good luck. That's all I'm gonna
Nice
say.
pass by Marshinki into the low block. That was a no-look around Brown to Baker. Baker's fouled on the play. He'll step to shoot 2.
So 3:06 to play in the third. Scores currently Cranberry 55, Kane 41. Very high-scoring game, especially for the standard of the Wolves, because they just have to keep up. Cranberry's a very high-scoring team. We've just about seen it all at WXEY. We've gone from Bridgeway to Cranberry. 2 completely different teams, as the first free throw attempt is missed by London Baker. And a wave of substitutions come in for both teams. We'll see Isaiah Smith come onto the court for the Wolves, as well as Preston Darr.
Oh, nice steal there by Anderson as he read the play. Going to go length of the court. Up and in with the 3-point old-school style play coming for Dane Anderson. Dane said, hey, you held me to 2 for the first half, but it's not going to happen in the second half, as he has come alive here with 7 points so far in this third quarter. 9 on the game, looking for his 10th here as he steps to the line.
I truly believe that Coach Darr and Dane both looked each other in the eye in the locker room and they said, this is my half. This is Dane Anderson's half, because this is his last half of high school basketball, unless if we see overtime.
No good. Big rebound there by Brown. Passes off to Smith. Smith has it knocked out of his hands. It'll stay Wolves ball here.
You just get a great feeling that these seniors are going to find a way to make this fourth quarter and the rest of this third quarter very entertaining, because you know they want it so badly, along with the rest of the team, of course.
Man, Ingles is big. He's probably about 6'8". Anderson left side, no good. Rebound goes to Ingles.
Just
Quickly
gotta
up
wonder-
is Merriman, loses it out of bounds. No, he somehow grabs it, but in an effort to maintain possession, throws it right to Finn Chamberlain. Chamberlain going left hand, passes off to Brown. Brown long on the attempt. Just kidding, Brown good. That'll be 8 points. Wolves climb back 55-45. They trail here on a little bit of run, though, through the last 2 minutes of the game. They were down by as many as 16. They got it back to 10. That's a travel by, yep, Marshinski traveled there. And all he did there was just emulate every shot taken in the NBA. You can do that in the league. You can't do that in high school basketball.
No, but that's something I agree with. High school basketball is better than the NBA in that regard. In a lot of ways, honestly, it's a much more raw of a sport, in my opinion.
I agree. Chamberlain going to go left hand high off the glass. Can't get it to fall. That's Finley with the rebound. He's going to look go length of the court. Doesn't have numbers. Hesitates, goes around, but not around Smith or through Smith. Isaiah Smith gets in the way with a steal, and Anderson going to go length of the court. He goes right hand, does Dane. He lays it up and in for another 2.
He is relentless, ladies and gentlemen. You'll love to see it, as the Berries are going to call a timeout. Still up by 8 with 1:51 to play. Yeah, Dane Anderson has something to say, Chris.
He's got 7 of the, what are we at here? 7 of the 21 for the Wolves here in the second quarter alone. So that's a third of the output for the Wolves. Dane has just said, you know what, it's time to go. And I think that's what he's doing right now. He did miss another free throw, which you don't want to see Dane do. But all things considered, he certainly has been lights out so far for the Wolves and really putting the team on his back as he's driving down the lane. Wouldn't mind seeing that fire underneath Lundeen again, as he had a great first half. Certainly would like to see him step up, and then maybe, just maybe, We get another couple nice baskets from Chris Yates, who's come off the bench and played very well tonight for the Wolves.
Yep, just an immediate offensive impact for Yates. Second he steps on the court, you know he's on it because he's putting it in the post.
Marchinski, nice, good speed and change and burst there. Able to get it over timeline. Anderson with the steal. Going to look to go length of the court. Going to be fouled in the back by Finley. No call. Dane up and in. Give him 2 more.
You just can't stop him right now. That's what you love to see.
Marchinski crossed the timeline, guarded by Chamberlain. Chamberlain, very quick guard play by Chamberlain. Ingles has it way out, not where he wants to be offensively. Kicks out. Ooh, Zerbe might have got away with a travel there. Back near side Merriman. Merriman dangerous anywhere. Zerbe turned, ball fake, looks, drives left hand. Zerbe, give Connor Zerbe 2 more. First time we said his name in the second half here.
Yep, found a way to fake out Lundin for just a split second. As Dar misses the 3.
Ooh, and gonna go off of Finley's foot. Stay Wolves ball here. Be Brown that sets to inbounds. Looks at Chamberlain. Ball off of Chamberlain. Off of me. Stowed his finger there.
We love to get in the action, Chris. I mean, what better way can you have it than commentating some K-Wolves basketball and get a couple balls thrown your way when they're out of bounds, because why the heck not? I mean, we're already
That's
here.
almost right there. That one touch is almost as much as I had in my high school career playing. So Marchinski dribbles, drives, passes to Ingles. Ingles collapsing from 17 down to 12. Hits the runner, gets it to go. Give him 2 more. Brady Ingles up to 6.
Barry's sticking true to what they know. They need to score. They need to get rid of this run. What better way to do it than with the big man?
59-49. Dane Anderson blocked by Ingles, but Preston Dar comes away with the rebound. Anderson just could not get over the outstretched arms of Ingles. Lundin down the Broadway lane. Can't get it to fall, but he'll step to shoot 2.
Now, that was a very smart pass by Connor Brown to set up Lundin as well, because that's either going to end up being an and one and in, or it's going to get Lundin to the free throw line. He chose the second option, and Lundin's going to be shooting 2 with 28 seconds to play. His team down by 10, but they have the momentum on their side. He adds to it with the made free throw.
Some subs for the Berries. Checking out is Zerbe and Ingles. Imagine this is an offensive guard play, which I don't know why you would take Ingles off. He's been such a presence low. In comes Baker and Morrow. Second, no good for Lundin. We're going to have a push on Brown there on the rebound. That'll be the 4th team foul for the Wolves, and I believe Brown's second?
You know, Chris, that's the mystery to me.
No, it wasn't on Brown.
That's just a mystery to me for the Berries, why they're not playing Brady Ingles more and why he wasn't starting. I just don't get it. I'm not the one watching these practices.
Well,
I can trust the coaching staff. But
I do see a knee brace on, so I'm wondering if he's on like a little bit of a load management here. Maybe playing through an injury or something. Merriman, my goodness, he's like a knife through butter. Lundin draws the foul. That'll be his 3rd with 16.7 remaining. Wouldn't be surprised if Coach Dar gets Lundin a break. They're going to say he was shooting. And I can't agree with the official. I can't agree with Coach Dar there. Merriman was definitely not shooting. Barry's the first.
And you can't let a moment like that kill you. You can't let a moment like that take away all the momentum you've built up.
And the second.
No, you got to keep playing in spite of what you think about officiating, whether positive or negative. We will make a comment, but you got to keep playing.
Lundin 3-ball tip, no good. Chamberlain knocks it back into play to Marchinski. Marchinski quickly up to Merriman. Merriman turns and looks. Heaves up a half-court shot. It goes back iron, no good. And after 3 quarters, the score here in Kane, Wolves trail 61-50. We're down by as many as 16. But came back to close at the 10. Now they trail by 11 going into the final stanza. And before I go much further, Braden, you have the Friends of the Wolfpack.
Yep, and as always, we would like to truly thank our friends of the Wolfpack, Lindsay Novosel, Richard Smith, Debbie Ledaway family, Keith and Linda Regal, Jack and Linda Hedlund, Jim and Catherine Greville, Corey Dar, Jason and Crystal Wenzel, Julie and John Cleveland, John and Christy Dar, Kellen Greto, Allison Miller, Reddy Sacklin, Penny and Wally Barber, Todd Stanko, Woodside Oils of Kane, Rita Greville, Ariana and Jocelyn Greville, Bill and Kim Giacchetti, Karen and Ron Carty, Denny and Perky Galvin, Joanne and Thomas Walker, Misty Slater, and Kelly Mays. A very long list, and we appreciate you all so much for that. We'd like to thank our friends at the Wolfpack. To get your name on the list, drop off your $10 donation at the Photo and Sound Shop, or you can also donate via PayPal at WXCYradio.com. Without your support, this is not cliche. We wouldn't be able to bring these games to you, the listener. We are a non-profit organization. What we do is because of you and for you, and we truly thank you so much as we enter this fourth quarter with the Berries up 61-50. Kane's going to have the basketball with Sam Lundeen to inbound.
Lundeen set to inbounds right in front of us here. Gets to Anderson, no contest on the inbounds by the Berries. Marshinki going to let Anderson go right hand. Anderson dribble, crossover, pull up 17, no good. Rebound there, Zook has it stolen by Baker. Baker gets it to Marshinki. Marshinki looking to run the court up to Finley. Finley pass to a streaking Morrow, and that goes down, around, up, and around. Zook going to get called on the play for the foul. Somebody was going to get called there. I just wasn't sure which of the three Kane defenders it was going to go against.
Yep, I mean, that's basically a guarantee. If you're guarded by three people and you're under the post, you go up. If you somehow find a way to get that ball in the basket, great for you, but you know you're going to be taking a trip to the free throw line.
So Morrow steps for his first. Buries it.
Now you got to hope, because that was pretty reminiscent of the first half. You got, especially the first quarter, you got to hope that just stays put, does not continue and leak into the rest of this fourth quarter.
Back iron, no good. On the second, Wolves quickly look to advance. Get across the timeline, pass off. Wenzel, got away with a travel there. Comes back, ball tipped away. Zook tried to skip past to Anderson. It looked like they were setting up a three-point attempt for Anderson, but the ball knocked away. Wenzel going to be guarded closely by Merriman. Anderson going to have to get it in. Skip pass near side to Lundeen. Lundeen not going to be guarded. Drives high up in. Gets his own rebound. Put back hit can't follow. There's Brown. Has it knocked out of his hands by Marshinki. Brown goes back in right hand. Can't get it to fall again. We're going to have a foul called on Wenzel there. The ball was in the air. He's jumping to the ball. I have to agree with Coach Dar. I just don't see it. That's just Brock Wenzel being more physical.
And Cade's going to stay in their press. They've been in it for most of the second half.
Marshinki crossed the timeline, guarded by Wenzel. Down in, nice runner there is Morrow. Give him two more, 64-50. Quickly, Cranberry on a 3-0 run to start the fourth quarter, 5-0 so far. Anderson drives, going to step to the line for two.
And he's just such a master at drawing fouls. I mean, the three guarantees in life, you want to go with it. You have death, taxes, and Dane Anderson find a way to get to the free throw line. I mean, it's basically a guarantee. He is so good at drawing fouls.
Back iron, no good. Good on the second. Anderson 2 for 8 from the line. Quickly, the Berries get ahead of themselves, and that's Finley that could not get the pass up to Baker, who was streaking towards the basket.
And that play right there is evident. Cranberry wants to make this the fastest game possible. Try to turn anything into a fast play.
Nice take there by Wenzel. Left hand, too strong, though. Coming down with this Merriman quickly up to Baker. Baker travel. Oh, my. Baker drew the foul on Zook, and I believe that'll be Kyle's third, if not, Kyle's third. Merriman will set to take it out for the Berries. 64-51 the score here, 6:42 remains. Ball inbound in the corner. That's Lundeen guarding. Nice move there by Baker. Boy, the Berries are so almost automatic within 5 feet of the bucket as they get that one to fall.
They just picked that zone right apart. I mean, that was
Anderson, 3-ball, short, rebound, Wenzel. Wenzel no good, tipping. Zook no good. Coming out is Lundeen. Lundeen passes to Brown. Brown can't corral it. It's going to be a turnover, Wolves.
They have to get something started here. I mean, they had great momentum coming into this quarter for the most part. They played fantastic in the third quarter, especially on offense. They have to get that going very quickly if they want a chance to try to come back and win this game.
Got to get a stop here. Merriman gets the inbound, has it almost stolen, has it stolen, knocked away. That's Lundeen going to get called or credited with the turnover there on Merriman. Just got them all tied up, and the ball went off of Merriman's body out of bounds. Wolves ball, inbound to Anderson. Turn, look, decides to pass off. Timeout going to be called by Coach Dar as Anderson picked up his dribble and was close to a 5-second call. Going to be a 30-second timeout for the Wolves. Oh, no, just kidding, full timeout. So that leaves the Wolves with only one 30-second timeout remaining, if I have this recorded in my brain correctly. That's an interesting spot to be in with this much game left, down 15 points. So far, the fourth quarter has not gone like they were hoping for.
Nope, Chris, it just seems like everything that Cranberry could possibly do to try to impose their will in this fourth quarter has happened. I mean, you just saw about a minute a game time ago, Cranberry got their own inbound pass, and they proceeded to try to create and manufacture a fast break on their own. Like, it wasn't a normal fast break opportunity. They literally got the ball and just tried to launch it to the other side of the court. They're trying to play their game of basketball. So if you're Cade, you have to try to play your game of basketball. When I think of Cade basketball, I think of getting down to the post, put on a post move, getting it up and in, and then finding a way to keep doing that so that the three-point line is open. And then just working off of each other, building off of each other's energy. All it takes is one of the 5 men on the court to find a way to make a play in order to start a run. And when you have 6:06 left in your season, down by 15 at home, and you're playing a game that's been tradition, right? The Cranberry Berries at home. Last home game of the season. In this case, the last game of the season. You have to find a way to try to start a run. You have to have your moment. Everybody else is going to feed off your energy because they all want it on this court right now, Chris.
Inbounds from Anderson goes to Schaefer. Schaefer going to give a left-handed runner. Can't get it to fall. Brown doesn't come down with it. Quickly up ahead is Marshinki to Finley. Finley lays it up and in for 2. And that's his first bucket of the night, surprisingly. He's run the court well, just hasn't gotten it to fall.
More of the same right there for the Bears.
Novosel and Schaefer in for the Wolves. Finley comes away with a steal, picks the pocket. Going to go length of the court quickly. He has 4. 70-51 the score here with 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
Cranberry's trying to sprint out of this gym with the win, and they don't care if it ends right now. But if they have to play an extra 5:30, they're just going to sprint the entire time doing it.
Seems like they're ready to run the whole way back to Venango County where they came from. Brown's attempt no good. Rebound Marshinki up to Finley. Finley runs the court very well. Give him 2 more. 6-0 run for Finley and the Berries. Coming out of that timeout for the Wolves. Yates and Zook set to check in. Wolves down 21.
Just beautiful passes on those fast breaks down the court.
Anderson loses a dribble, fires one up from 15, can't get it to fall, but chases down his rebound. Going to be fouled by Merriman there on the putback. Good effort by Dane.
And this one, it's not over until it's over. But man, the Wolves were down by 11 going into the quarter. They are now down by 21 with 4:59 to play, a score of 72-51 in favor of the Berries. Wolves really have to go on a magnificent run.
And it starts there from the free throw line. Anderson making the first of 2. Yates, Warofka, and Zook check in for the Wolves. Anderson second. It's true. Wilson will check in now for the Wolves.
And you definitely hope
72-53 the score, 4:59 remain.
You definitely hope that some of this new blood on the court for the Wolves that haven't seen as much playing time in this game specifically find a way to give this offense some energy and get a run going because they're in the need for it.
Nice backdoor cut by Baker. Oh, they're going to call Warofka on the foul. I thought he just got in and got a piece of it.
Yeah, just wrong place at the wrong time for the most part for Derek Warofka. I mean, there were about 3 people around there who would have had an opportunity to try to play some defense on him. Just so happened that Warofka might have found a way to get a little bit of a reach in there and he gets called for the foul. As the first one is missed by number 4, London Baker.
Baker buries the second. He's going to be 2 for 6 from the line. Yates inbounds to Lundeen. Lundeen crossed the timeline. Loses dribble, somehow comes back out with it without traveling, gets fouled there. Third team foul by the Berries.
That was just a wild sequence of events. Like, he lost control of the ball, except that the ball bounced off the ground and, like, over the hand and shoulder of the Cranberry Berries player right back into the dribble of Lundeen. It's almost like he planned it out to a certain extent. That was quite the sight to see.
Zook skip pass to Wilson, too far gone.
That was not a sight to see.
Marshinki just got to catch it because it was a over and backcourt call.
So Cade down by 20 with 4:25 to play. Trying to muster up a little bit of hope into this crowd right now.
Baker gets it in the low block, fouled on the play. No, jump ball on the play. It'll stay Cranberry ball. Checking in is Ingles and Zerby for Cranberry. Leaving the court, it's going to be Baker and Morrow.
Ingles is going to be guarded by Yates. Gets it into Ingles.
Yates, good position there. Take away that entry pass into Ingles.
Yeah, he definitely has the fundamentals down. He might not have the size advantage, but he definitely has the fundamentals right now.
He's taking it away. Ingles tries to spin on him, can't get it. Marshinki comes back door, gets rebound. Nice no-look pass into Finley. Finley loses his headband out of bounds. Zerby comes away with it up. No good, has it knocked out of his hands. Lundeen got fouled on the rebound.
And everybody, it's okay. Finley did end up finding the headband. He realized he lost it. So anybody worried at home, it's okay. He has it. All right, we can all relax.
Wilson tied up, kicks it to Warofka. Warofka back to Wilson. Wilson tries to pass to the outstretched arms of Finley and then fouls Finley as he runs by him. Put Finley at the line for 2.
At this point, Cade is at their 5th foul of the quarter, so any foul will turn into free throws for the Berries. Definitely not what you want to see when you're already down by 20 with 3:44 to play. The score beat 73-53 in favor of the Berries. It's Finley who makes the first free throw.
Anderson and Brown check back in. Wilson and Yates leave the court.
And you got to expect that they'll be in for the rest of the game, considering that there's still technically a chance that Cade can win this game, but even still, this is their last high school basketball game. I mean, they best be staying in the rest of the
Anderson gets the rebound.
Anderson finds Warofka at the post, and
Warofka,
Derek
give
Warofka making the most out of the time he's giving. Time as a gift, and he understands it, puts it in for 2. See what the Berries can do on this possession. Gets it into the post to
Merriman throws it up two-handed between his legs, then off Warofka. It'll stay Cranberry ball. Nice play by Merriman there. I thought he might have traveled trying to corral that. But sometimes athletic people can make things look good that really aren't. That's what I think he did there. Marshinki off to Merriman. Merriman, back iron, no good. That's Finley in the low block with the rebound. Back to Marshinki, to Ingles. Ingles has it stolen there by Brown.
And it's going to be Cade basketball. They're going to say it rolled off the foot of probably Marshinki. As Lundeen gets the inbound pass to Anderson, crosses the half-court mark. 3 minutes to play in the game. The Wolves down by 19.
Anderson to Brown. Brown, far side wing, decides to dribble, drive. Whoa, what a nice little move by Connor Brown. Give him 2 more.
Majestic right there. I mean, that was just to see him in there like that. It was great. That's great. Just basically took 2 steps and got right where he needed to be. And
Old school 3-point play attempt there by Finley as he drives to the hoop, gets it up and in.
And that's kind of, there's been a lot of themes to this game, Chris, but one of them has been anytime Cade gets something going, it just seems like Cranberry answers right back, as they just did on that last possession.
And that'll be Merriman leaving the court, probably for the final time. Jake McCluskey checking in. Merriman going to check out with a total that's 18, 19, 20, 22 points leads all scorers. Finley gets his to fall. Boy, what a quick fourth quarter for Finley as he has 10 now.
Anderson works his way into the post, goes up and draws the foul. No basket, but he will head to the line. With 2:29 to play, his team down by 20. Very characteristic of Dane to end up getting to the line. Not very characteristic with the way he's performed there, unfortunately. Has not had a great free throw percentage in this game. Typically, he leads the Wolves in free throw attempts and free throw makes.
Misses the second.
Yep. Misses both.
4 of 12 from the line. Marcinki, length of the court, high floater, baseline, can't get it to go. Finley comes away with the rebound. Has his pocket picked by Brown, quickly to Lundeen. Lundeen gonna cross over, go length of the court, can't get it to fall. Zerby there with the steal and up ahead to Marcinki. Marcinki has it back out to Zerby. Oh, sorry. Finley into the paint. Zerby up and good. Give Zerby 2 more. Connor Zerby, the bench player, does his job well. 79-57, Wolves trail by 22 here. Just under 2 minutes to play in likely the final game of these seniors' careers. Dar has it, hesitates. Has his pocket picked by Marcinki. Marcinki up to Finley. Finley left hand. Give him 2 more. My goodness. From not being in the stat book the entire first quarter. And now Finley talking while he's up a bunch. Rebounds long. We're going to have a foul there called on Lundeen as Finley went to the ground. Not an intentional foul. Finley was trying to slow it up, and Lundeen turned around late and saw him.
Yeah, it looks like the Berries are going to call a timeout with 1:25 to play, up 81-57. And we don't know the classes of the Cranberry players, but to whoever their seniors are, obviously, congratulations to them. Their record is certainly pretty solid for the most part. I mean, with a win today, they'll advance to 13-9. So you would expect that they would have some form of postseason play coming their way. So if they do, good luck to them on that. And their seniors have played very, very well today. I'm sure we could probably tell who they are based on performances.
It looks like the couple that are in here, Marcinki is a freshman, Merriman a senior, Baker a sophomore, Finley a sophomore. So they're quite a young. Zerby a sophomore, Ingles a senior.
So Cranberry seems set up pretty well for the future. I mean, it sucks for them that Merriman's a senior. You know, obviously, good luck to him in his future endeavors, whatever he wants to do with his life. But in terms of basketball, Cranberry set up pretty well, especially if a lot of these players we've seen on the court tonight are underclassmen.
Finley gets it to fall. Second one in the bonus on the way. Front iron, no good. Rebound by Lundeen. Lundeen to Anderson. Anderson going to be guarded here by McCluskey. Jake McCluskey, a sophomore, according to Max Preps. Anderson, 3-ball, right side, no good. Finley with the rebound. 82-57 the score. 1 minute remains. Finley going to get it across the timeline. Zerby goes into the low block. That's McIntyre. Has it stolen away. Lundeen comes away with it, gets it to Anderson. Anderson going to look to set the offense for the Wolves.
And you just got to hope, just for the sake of pride, that these seniors can find a way to get another bucket in this last 40-some seconds of play.
Anderson going to be fouled on the floor there, and that'll be, it looks like that'll be the final shot of Dane Anderson's high school career, as Coach Dar going to, seemingly with 3 subs there, going to sub out the 3 seniors so they get a stoppage in play to leave the court. Oh, it's going to put the Wolves in bonus, so they won't be able to leave the court together. Anderson first is good.
And here comes Connor Brown and Sam Lundeen off the court.
For one last time, the seniors leave the court.
And the effort and devotion and the pride and the work ethic they put into this program.
Anderson misses the second. looks to the bench and says intentionally.
And here comes Dane Anderson off the court. Gets a hug from Coach Dar along with the rest of the seniors. He knows it's over, but what a ride it was. What a ride it was for Dane Anderson, Connor Brown, and Sam Lundeen. Very, very fun to watch. Very fun to watch, not just in basketball, but in football as well, any sport that they do. Track, if we're talking about Sam Lundeen and Connor Brown, their season's coming up, I recommend you keep track of them because they're both spectacular track athletes.
And Anderson is a nice baseball player for the Wolves. Imagine he'll fit into that pitching rotation and man the middle infield for the Wolves as he has in the leadoff spot. Nice baseball player he is. So with 10 ticks remain, 82-58, looks like it's going to be the final. Going to have to get across the timeline one more time is Heath. And it'll go to near side Zerby. Zerby will just dribble it out. Schaefer looking for an easy pick. Try to get one more steal on the stat line. What we'll do, we'll kick it to our sponsors, or back to the station, hear from our sponsors one last time. Then we'll be back to wrap up tonight's game and the season for the Wolves.
Basketball on 101.7 XZY, supported by our friends of the Wolfpack and businesses like these. Allegheny Eye Care, providing eye exams and additional coverage for eye and health situations in both of their Kane and Smethport locations. For more information, their phone number is 814-837-7880. Field Street Boots in Kane, a dealer for Carhartt and Timberline clothing, as well as winter footwear and sporting goods. They're on Facebook under Field Street Boots. Highlander Energy, an industrial contractor specializing in the power, petrochemical, natural gas processing, pulp and paper industries. HighlanderEnergy.com. Kane Lumber and Fuel True Value Hardware. Building supplies, lighting, winter snow and ice removal products at their location on Hemlock Avenue in Kane. Rich Gas of Kane, providing propane gas services, including delivery and installation with automatic refills. Online at richgasinc.com. W.E. Swanson Insurance Agency, offering auto, homeowners, and business insurance at 23 Fraley Street in Kane. WESwansonAgency.com. Zook Motors, with new and pre-owned vehicles and a service and parts department. They're online at zookmotors.net. Lindbergh Furniture, Route 219 north of Johnsonburg, and now Lindbergh Sleep Center at 410 Center Street in downtown Johnsonburg. They're a local dealer for brands like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Ashley. More info at lindberghfurniture.biz. Dine Excavating. Their services include gravel and limestone, topsoil, and septic tanks. Located on Route 6 west of Kane, their phone number is 814-837-6990. We thank these sponsors and friends like you for supporting Kane Wolves basketball coverage on 101.7 XZY.
All right, we're back here, just hearing the drum line wrap up the game one last time on the season. Wolves fall to 7-14 on the season. Cranberry going to improve to, I believe, 13-9 on the season. Scoring for the Berries, Cole Finley, a wild second half, had 13. Landon Baker with 9. Connor Morrow with 12. Ethan Merriman, the senior, seemingly star of this Berries team, with 22. Blake Marshinke, the freshman, with 8. Brady Ingles with 6. Connor Zerby with 8 to round out the scoring. And for the Wolves, Brock Wenzel with 4. Connor Brown with 10. Isaiah Smith with 4. Chris Yates with 4. Dane Anderson with 17 points. Derek Warofka with 2, and Sam Lundeen leading all Kane scorers with 21 points. So what a great outpouring of offense. Just not enough as the Wolves fall to the Berries 82-58, Braden, and just kind of just ran out of steam there in the fourth.
Right, Chris. Cranberry clearly had a game plan. They weren't afraid to show it, and they went in here today and executed. We wouldn't be surprised, like we said earlier, if they ran here from Venango County into the Wolves Den, and if they're going to turn around and run home. Because just constantly fast break after fast break after fast break. If there wasn't naturally a fast break, they would just create one. They would just pass it down the court. They would needle the thread, and they would just find a way to create a fast break. If they didn't get it, don't worry, they're either going to go to the free throw line and make their shots, or they're going to get a second chance opportunities. And then if Kane responds, you already know Cranberry's going to come back at them with an offensive score themselves. And that basically wraps up this game to a certain extent. Second chance opportunities, free throws, fast breaks, and Cranberry's lethal ability. Whenever Kane gets something going, they immediately come in and with a punch, a sucker punch, and they find a way to regain the ground that they originally lost, Chris.
Yeah, can't agree with you more, Braden. It just, unfortunately for the Wolves, just a little bit outgunned tonight. And that's what it comes down to. This Cranberry squad's a nice team. I imagine they're going to make quite the run in the district playoffs here coming up next weekend. The Wolves will finish the season, like I said earlier, with a record of 8-13. Not what they were looking for. Had a down spell. I really couldn't recover from that. But a lot of growth and youngsters on this squad and a lot of hope for next season. Can't say enough about the 3 seniors. Connor Brown coming out in his senior year and had a great season for the Wolves. Sam Lundeen doing Sam Lundeen things all season, and Dane Anderson not afraid to put this team on his back. Sam and Connor both have great track seasons upcoming at the new facility out back, so if you're looking for something to watch in about a month and a half, don't be afraid to come up and watch the throwers circle and the high jump pit for both those guys. And then don't be afraid to get over to Mount Jewett and watch Dane Anderson perform on the diamond. He'll be the one in the white helmet, flashy spikes, not afraid to steal bases, get on base, and then make some unroutine baseball plays look very routine. But that's about it. Braden, it was a pleasure this year. I got to open the season with the junior Kane High athlete yourself. You're going to have a great track season. Looking forward to watching you. I don't know why you like to run for fun, but I won't question it. You do you, buddy. But it was a great pleasure. Thanks for being along with us here at WXCY. Great to bring you on board this year and look forward to future games with you.
Absolutely, Chris. And it's just, and this is not cliche, it's been one of the great honors of my life. I've been thinking, what would I say in this moment? How would I wrap this up? Because just to mention, the varsity girls were on the road against Smethport tonight. That game is probably over. We do not have a score update. But if Kane were to win that game, which Smethport's 4-17, if Kane wins that game, they are 9-8. Pretty solid chance, a great chance, in fact, they make the district playoffs. So we'll have to figure out how that's going to work for us at WXCY. Maybe this isn't the last time you hear from one of us or both of us. If it isn't, you're going to have to hear this from me again. But I came into WXCY as somebody who loves sports, and I still do, obviously. During the last home football game against Smethport, I went up to the press box. I talked to Chris Nicholas, Mr. Nicholas, and I told him that I wanted to join the team, right? And I know that a lot of people my age, they're looking for something that can get them paid, right? And I get it, right? But I'd rather do something that I love and not get paid for doing it, because I want to serve you, the listener. I want to serve the community, and I want to do something that I love, something that I might go to school for, right? And I can promise you that I'll be back next year commentating the basketball games. I'd love to get involved in anything. That also includes football. And this time next year, I'll have a college decision made up, most likely, what I want to do with my life. I have a lot of interests. I know one of them is sports media commentating. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. It's been an absolute pleasure, and just to be able to do this and all the positive comments I've heard, whether people have come up to me directly and told me or whether it be members of my family, thank you so much. I love doing this for you guys. I've loved everybody that I work with. And it's been a fun season. It hasn't gone the way we wanted for the varsity boys. They started off 6-4. Like we said, that Sheffield tournament loss just seemed to tank their season in a negative direction. But overall, this is something that I love doing. This is something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And I'm going to do it as long as I possibly can. And I'd love to do it here at WXCY. So thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart. It's been a true blessing and a true pleasure. So thank you all so much. It's more than just a radio station for me. Everybody has to start somewhere, and I'm very blessed and pleasured, and I'm very excited and happy that I started here. So thank you so much.
Well, we're glad we got the opportunity to host you on this, just this stepping stone in your life. We're certainly rooting for you and look forward to having you along. I want to thank everybody back at the station as well, as this might be the last one. Just everybody from the top to bottom, the board at WXZY, Joe back running the board for us, Chris when he's around, Robert Mosier, Jim Coppersmith, Rick Fisher, everybody that's announced along the way, John Carnivale holding down the ship behind us here, doing all the cool stuff. We just couldn't do this all without them, and then most importantly without you, the listeners. So thank you all for what you've done, allowing us the opportunity. And that'll about wrap it up for Braden Bynum. I'm Chris Barber. Thanks for listening in. Have